Hi, my name is Erin, and welcome to Holler. So basically what we're going to do is talk about a lot of celebrity gossip and, things that people want to know and, some things that people should know that they don't know already. So first I'm going to start and talk about Miss Iggy Azalea. Now, Iggs, we all know her because of the song Fancy and Black Widow with Rita Ora, but I bet you didn't know this. You didn't know that she was actually married. Who knew? Well, actually, she doesn't even know herself. Ain't that something? So basically, since 2008, she had been shacking up with this guy. And this guy's name is Maurice Williams. Now, he helped her, write a lot of music and, tell a lot of people, meet a lot of people. And apparently they were married. So now the guy is finally filing for divorce. And she didn't know that. Now he's asking for half of her royalties. Now, if you guys don't know, the new classic, which was her first album, hit 100 million sales. And he's asking for half of that. Iggs, I hope you got some good lawyers, girl, because the way that he's set up, he's coming for your money for half the songs you have and half of your royalties, and nobody's ever heard of this guy. I've never even heard of this guy, but apparently he's out of the blue. And now this divorce settlement here is going to be a big thing for her because she doesn't know what to do. She's kind of stuck. And I mean, me personally, if I was in that situation, he wouldn't be getting nothing. Why? Because I don't know the guy. I've never heard of the guy. And all of a sudden, you're asking me for half of my stuff. And did you help me? Were you here? No. So why should I give you anything? And that's how I feel like she needs to handle this situation and be very low-key about it too. Because a lot of the tabloids and people like me, of course, are going to want to know how much is he getting, how much you gave him, and what's happening. So I hope that she is able to figure out what to do about it, and especially because this is random and out of the blue, and plus, Iggy's happy. And this is what I don't understand. If she's happy with the ball player that she's with right now that has a lot of money already, that is, they making money together, and you come in and try and mess all this up over a relationship that was back in 2008, and it's 2014 going on 2015. Someone help me add this up because it just seems like a whole bunch of jealousy. He's jealous because she moved on. She got her a good, fine-looking man, might I add. She got a man. She's making money. She's had number ones across. And this is how bad Iggy is. Iggy is so bad that she had not only a number one spot, but a number one and a number two spot for the same song. The dirty version and the clean version of Black Widow was number one and number two on the Billboard charts. You tell me how you feel like you're going to get half of my stuff. Iggy, you're fancy, and you need to let him know that you're fancy and make him realize that this is my money. If you wasn't there and you wasn't in the studio with me, you ain't getting nothing. Simple. We're going to hope that she takes my advice. I mean, I would take my advice. But however she may feel like she need to do it, let her do it. Now, let me tell you something. Faith Evans. I've missed Faith Evans, haven't we all? We haven't heard from Faith Evans since the first season of R&B Divas Atlanta. Now, she recently did an interview with Power 105 and Charlemagne and all of them, and she actually talked about how she would do a collaboration with Lil' Kim. Now, if you know the history between Faith Evans and Lil' Kim, you would know that these two women haven't seen eye to eye because of Mr. Biggie Smalls. Now, Biggie was married to Faith Evans, for those of you who don't know, and has a child. And now she is, letting go of all of the situations and stuff between her and Lil' Kim because Lil' Kim was the quote unquote other woman. So she's letting all of that go. She's becoming a new woman. And I'm proud of you, Faith. I am. Because that's a lot to go through way back when and have to go through all of that. And I remember there was a time 5 years ago when the two finally met face to face. And Little Kim asked her, "Who are you? Because I don't even really know you." Was it shade or at all? But I mean, Faith, you're doing a good job. You're letting it go. And now that you're saying that you're open to doing a collaboration with Little Kim, I think that would be a great track. I would be here for it. I would love to hear it. And who wouldn't want to see Biggie's two women on a track together? Especially if you sample a Biggie song while you're doing it. And Faith, we all know you're the queen of Biggie features, okay? You done did so many songs off of a Biggie track, it's not even funny. And the same with Little Kim. So two, women that love to sample Biggie all the time, sampling another Biggie song and doing it, I personally would be here for it. I would love to hear it. And it's nice to see that two women like you going through a situation like that can come together. Because, I'm not going to say nothing, but I mean, it's never really been heard of. So for you to do that, more power to you, honey. And I really live. And it just so happens you're coming out with a new album. She's coming out with a brand new album, or an LP, basically. She's coming out with another album called Incomparable. It drops November, I want to say. Yep, November 24th it drops. Now, I want to know if this was shade, because it's supposed that Nicki Minaj is releasing her album that same day, girl. So I don't know what you was planning, but I really want to know what's tea. Because you're dropping this album, haven't released now a single, never been heard of, and all of a sudden you're coming out the woodworks. But my brand new album, Incomparable, where's the single? Where's the promotion? Just because now this is my other thing. People think because you can go on Power 105 that you could do and say whatever you want and just put things out there and people are just going, fly to it. No. If I don't hear a single, if I don't see a press release, if I don't see a picture on Instagram, I'm not here for it. So I suggest you and your people get on it and start promoting, because I personally haven't heard nothing about this until this Power 105 interview. And I'm pretty sure the rest of America hasn't either. I need for you to figure this out and let us know what this album is about to be giving before I spend my money. I'll tell you that much. And hopefully she has a lot of, good features. And I hope she's not sampling Biggie. If that's the one thing I could ask from you, Faith, can you not sample all of your songs off of a Biggie track? We know you love the man. You got the man's child. But come on now. You've done it for so long. It's kind of getting tired. I would love to hear some classic, R&B feeling like I Love You and Mesmerized and songs like that didn't have nothing to do with Biggie. I would love to hear something like that from you again. But then you go and sample a Biggie track and I just don't want to hear it. So if you could, please give us a nice, simple R&B track, original Faith. I'd be happy, and I would be here for it. But like I said, you guys watch out for that album, Faith Evans, Incomparable, 11/24/14. And I hope much success comes to you, honey. But I'm proud. So, let's talk about my man. Let's talk about my man, Waka Flocka. Okay. Waka got arrested in an airport. Now, for carrying a handgun. This ain't the first. We ain't got much to say. So, I'll be coming back to you guys in a minute. We'll be talking about Lil Mo, Hollywood Divas, and more like that. So you guys stay tuned after this break.
The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys weren't waiting too long. So now I want to talk about a brand new show that just hit TV One called Hollywood Divas. Now Hollywood Divas, much like their other show R&B Divas, is about, 5 inseparable women coming together and doing a project. But the twist to this show is about actresses, not musicians. So let's talk about who all was in this show. This show features Paula J. Parker. If you guys don't know her, you probably remember her as Joy from Friday or Trudy Proud from the Proud Family show on Disney. There is Golden Brooks, who was a part of the Girlfriends cast as Maya. Then there is Elise Neal. Elise Neal has been in Hustle and Flow and other movies such as. There is Lisa Wu. Lisa Wu is from The Real Housewives, if you guys remember her. She's a reality star trying to go into acting, and we'll see if her actual career jumps off. And then, last but not least, my favorite, Countess Vaughn. Countess Vaughn has been seen in Moesha, and she played Kim on The Parkers. Miss Countess Vaughn, girl, I'm happy you're on this show. I really, really live. I'm happy you're trying to get your career back together, and I know you have been going through it with your hair loss and everything, and I'm glad you really opened up about that. So basically what this show is about is Paula J. Parker wants to come up with a project, which is basically an indie film, and she wants all 5 of these women to be in it. And this project is going to vary throughout the season, and Paula J. Parker wants to direct it and produce it and be in it. Now, Paula, let me read you real quick, girl. We right here. I don't appreciate how you want to be in the film, direct the film, and produce the film. You have to pick what you want to do because the other girls are going to read you for filth. And I personally am not here for it. You need to pick whether you want to be in front of the camera, like me, behind the camera, on the side of the camera. You could be standing on the side of Michael's house for all I care. But you just need to pick what you want to do. But we hope to see what this project is going to give throughout the season. It comes on Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock on TV One, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Next, I'm going to talk about Little Mo. If you guys don't remember Little Mo, let me explain to you who Little Mo is. Little Mo is Miss Forever, Miss Superwoman. But those were both of her hits way back when in the early 2000s that featured Fabulous. And she was also on R&B Divas LA, if you don't remember her. I'm proud of Miss Little Mo because she's coming out with a brand new album called The Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter features one song that we all saw on R&B Divas LA called Just Not That Into You. And that was a very emotional song for her, and I can't wait to hear it. It's already available on iTunes for pre-order. I can't wait to hear this album. I'm ready to hear this album. It's been long overdue. Everybody's been waiting for you to come back out because we haven't heard from you since 2001, I want to say, when you came out with Superwoman and Forever. So I'm excited to see what you got to give us. And I've heard Just Not That Into You, and I like that song. But make sure you guys go get that album. It's October 27th. This album comes out. It's already available for pre-order on iTunes for $9.99. So I hope you guys go out and get it. And Little Mo, I'm here for you. And I'm ready to hear it. Now, let me read all of these Beyonce fans real quick. Because I'm not a Beyonce fan. So I'm finna tell you what I feel. Beyonce, sis, I love you. I live for you. But this is an extreme. People have named books after you. They've called you Beezus, like you're Jesus. Like, girl, come on now. They've given you a little too much life, and that's what I don't appreciate. You should stay where you're at. You've sold album after album after album. Even though 4 didn't sell that well, and that was my favorite album, it still sold. So, honey, I think you done hit the trifecta. I'm not telling you to give up your career now, but I'm telling you something needs to change. You need to step back and let some other girls into the limelight. Something. But I'm going to tell you one thing that you didn't know that Beyonce has. Her own radio station. Beyonce has her own radio station in Houston. They shut down the last news radio station for a 24/7 Beyonce radio station. Don't we get that on Pandora? And y'all giving her a whole station playing nothing but Beyonce. Beyonce, did you consent to this? I know Houston's your hometown, but did you consent to this? I'm going to need to see receipts. I want to know, because I personally don't live for you all that much for you to have your own radio station. Girl, if you want your own radio station, you got one on Pandora. They barely play anything else besides you on the R&B and hip hop channels on Pandora. You got everything. You got Vivo, you got Music Choice, Pandora, iHeartRadio. You got everything. And Houston gave you your own radio station? Come on now, B. It's real that you got it, and I have to applaud you. But I don't need to hear that much of you. Girl, I don't. And I don't think anybody else in America, besides them little bee stingers, need to hear 24/7 Beyonce. But thank God it's only in Houston. So, I mean, your hometown showed you love, girl. That means you are praised. You might as well go down in the Bibles because you got your own radio station, honey. Give me my own radio station. Hey, if she could get one, so can I. Well, I'm going to take that back because that might not be true. Don't quote me on that. That might not be true. But still, I mean, Beyonce, girl, it's okay. I'm going to give it to you, honey, because you got the power, apparently. I don't, but you do. And I can't shade you for that. It's real. You got your own radio station. I'm going to let you live. I am. I mean, yeah, there's not anybody else I feel like should have their own radio station. Nor do I feel you should, but hey, don't none of the Hive members try and come at me. I'm going to just let you know this now. I told y'all I don't live for her. So, don't try. I'm just voicing my opinion and what the people are saying. The people gave her her own radio station, and I'm sure half of America lives for it, and half of America ain't here for it. And I'm on that half that is just not here for it. But aside from that, I'm going to come back. Next, I'm going to talk about Jagged Edge. I'm going to talk about Erica Mena and Bow Wow, a.k.a. Shad Moss. Woo. So, you guys stick around after this break, and I'll see you in a minute. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all didn't miss me too much. So now I'm going to talk about Miss K. Michelle. K. Michelle, sis, I live for you. I was here for you. Rebel Your Soul was my jam and all of that other stuff. But I need to tell you something. You need to stop picking fights with everybody in this industry. Girl, you're new. You should be playing your daughter role and putting out music, letting people live for you, and then you go on. And we've all seen your videos, you know, when you met Mary J. Blige for the first time and everything like that. I live. But, girl, you're doing too much. You're picking fights with Ellie Varner. You're picking fights with Lil' Kim, which you know you're not going to win picking a fight with Lil' Kim. You're just jumping out the window, girl. I can't. So I'm just going to tell you why I live for you now. I live for you now because you're finally starting to patch things up. You just did an interview recently and you opened up about how you feel about Ellie Varner. I'm glad that you said she's a beautiful person, she's very creative, and, you know, more power to you because you guys have the same type of music. Hey, you should do a collab together. I feel like both of your voices would be amazing. So I'm glad you finally stepped up to the plate and took some ownership and actually spoke and said, okay, this person's good. So now, Jagged Edge. This, if everybody remembers Jagged Edge, baby, y'all know this is the baddest group. It's the baddest group in America, okay? Jagged Edge they've had a lot of hit songs. I can't think of them all off the top of the dome piece, but hey. So apparently they're coming out with a comeback album. It's called J.E. Heartbreak 2. Now, ain't this like an R&B boys group always talking about how they had their heart broken? I mean, I'm personally excited about Jagged Edge coming back. I'm pretty sure a lot of Jagged Edge fans are ready for them to make their return. And, you know, all of that. But I feel like we need to get out of sticking to the normal R&B group. I feel like we should get out of that and become men and talk about, you know, all of that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good album. This album comes out on the 27th, right along with Lil Mo's album. So I hope you guys go out and get that and look for it because I think it's going to be a good album and everybody else. So let me explain to you another situation that I'm tired of. Erica Mena. Erica Mena, Miss Girl. First, you had a relationship with Rich Dollaz. Then you had a relationship with this girl, Sin. Now, all of a sudden, you're engaged to Bow Wow? I'm not calling you Shad Moss. I'm sorry, cuz. Like, I respect you and your work and your ethic, but I'm not calling you Shad Moss. You were known as Little Bow Wow. You just don't know. And that's what I'm going to refer to you as. Bow to the wow, okay? Nobody's calling you Shad Moss, in case you didn't get this message. I'm going to be the first to tell you. Ain't nobody calling you Shad Moss. People like, oh, y'all saw Bow Wow on 106? It's Bow Wow. Sorry. So apparently these two are engaged. When did she make this decision? Like I said, before she was with Rich Dollaz, then we saw her on Love and Hip Hop New York, and she was with Sin, and they were arguing, and all of this other stuff, and now you're engaged? But I saw the picture of the rock, sis. Marry that man, because that ring is, I live for that ring. So keep him. If he bought you a ring like that, girl, I'd keep him too. I don't care who he is. I'm just saying. Lastly, I want to talk to you guys about Tamar. Tamar the Braxton, my sis, and I'm a Tamartian. She came out with a single just about a week ago, called Let Me Know. And this song includes Future, who produced the track himself and sings the chorus of the track as well. She released a song about a week ago, and this song actually samples Let Me Know by, God rest her soul, Aaliyah. And as many people try and take Aaliyah songs and, you know, sample them, I like this the best. I do like this one the best because you did a good job of it. And you have Future, who's one of the biggest producers out right now. Only thing I'd kind of say I can dislike about the track is that Future is singing the chorus. I personally don't prefer him on there singing the chorus. It's a great song. Tamar, your vocals are amazing in this song. And I like the little whistle. I do like the whistle at the end. I can't do it. I wish my vocal cords would allow me to, but honey, I'm not you. But I do live, and it's already number 2 on the iTunes chart. Sis, you're eating it. And I'm waiting to hear for an album, but if you guys haven't heard it, go listen to Let Me Know by Tamar featuring Future. And I hope to hear from an album, sis. I really want to hear one. So let me know if you're coming out with an album. But as I wrap up this show, I want to bring 2 important things to you guys. This is the serious part of me. You'll hardly see it. But I want to tell you guys first about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's the month of October. Everybody's wearing pink. Some of my staff members back here have pink on, so you know what time it is already. And this is a serious issue, so if you guys do wish to support, please go and get pink everything. All pink everything. You know, the WWE is doing a big thing for it, and they have their Conquer shirts for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a lot of other organizations are working towards it. I even wore pink to my job to support, and normally we have to wear green shirts. So definitely go and support that. That is my message to my fans and the people who are dealing with it. You are not alone. Everybody stands for this cause. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys is National Coming Out Day. National Coming Out Day is tomorrow for everybody in the LGBT community. It's the 26th anniversary, and me being a gay male, it means a lot to me. So definitely celebrate. But that's all. So I'll see you guys next week. You know, stick around, and this is Holler. Mwah. See ya.